Hello, fellow Murdlers. Today is Saturday, March 9th, 2024, and it's a great day to solve a murder. Today we have 6 4x4 grids with suspects and weapons, suspects and locations, and suspects and motives, locations and motives, weapons and motives, and weapons and locations. It looks like today we have statement clues. So of these 4 statements, one of these will be a lie, and whomever is lying will also be our murderer. For now, let's go ahead and dive into our suspects. We have Uncle Midnight, Sir Rulian, Judge Pine, and Deacon Verdigris. The weapons are a poison candle, a hammer and sickle, a pitchfork, and a brick. The locations are the locked gate, the meeting house, the barracks, the old mill, and our motives are to see what it felt like to kill, to inherit a fortune, to hide an affair, and to fight for the revolution. All right, I'm going to flip back to suspects. Let's go ahead and dive into our clues. Okay, we've got the person who wanted to fight for the revolution was in the old mill. All right. So let's go ahead, we'll find the intersection between fighting for the revolution and the old mill. Is it? Yep, okay, here we go. By the way, this is why I flipped through the cards at the beginning. The icons can be a little confusing, so having kind of that baseline just kind of helps us be able to make the determinations faster. Okay, a tiny red chip was discovered by a gate. Okay, so we know the location for this one is going to be the locked gate. So we need to look for something that's going to leave a tiny red chip. Let's go ahead, we'll go through all of these. Typically something like this, you'll see a tiny red chip left behind or something like that. Red. Okay, I think it's the brick. It's not like the most hit you over the head with it kind of clue, but I'm pretty sure that we're dealing with the brick. So I'm going to go ahead and put the brick. So we need to find weapons and locations. So weapons, a brick, locations, the locked gate. I'm going to put it there. I'm pretty sure about that. It's the only one that mentions red as far as I can tell. Anyway, we'll put that down for now. Okay, so we've got a fingerprint clue. Okay, who is this? That is Deacon Verdigris. You can see these like circles here. So we'll go ahead and put Deacon Verdigris on a poisoned candle. Deacon Verdigris, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, and let's see. I think that's. We could also say now Deacon Verdigris was not at the gate because that would be the location for the brick. That's it for now. Okay. Judge Pine had a medium weight weapon. So let's go through the weapons. We know it wasn't the poison candle because Deacon Verdigris had that. Heavyweight, medium weight, and heavyweight. So it must have been the pitchfork. It says Judge Pine with a pitchfork, which also means Judge Pine was not at the gate. Sir Rulian wanted to see what it felt like to kill. Okay, so we know that's Sir Rulian's motive, and that's the skull here. And that gives us additional information about Sir Rulian's location, because we know that whomever was at the old mill was the person who wanted to fight for the revolution. So it means that Sir Rulian was not at the old mill. Okay, whoever wanted to inherit a fortune had black hair. Okay, I believe that's going to be Uncle Midnight. Oh, brown hair. Okay. Red hair, black hair, Judge Pine, and gray hair. Okay, Judge Pine wanted to inherit a fortune. Okay. So that also means that Judge Pine was not at the old mill. Okay. And it also means that the motive associated with the pitchfork is to inherit a fortune because that was Judge Pine's motive and weapon. So we've got a lot of information for Judge Pine. We just need to figure out the where. Let's go ahead and make sure these align. So we know that Judge Pine can't be at the old mill because of this motive. And we know that Judge Pine can't be at the gate because of this weapon. So we can have these just 2 possible locations remaining for Judge Pine. All right. Whoever was in the meeting house was right-handed. Okay, so let's check out left, right, right, left. That's it. Okay, so it's between Sir Rulian and Judge Pine, and this is the meeting house, I believe. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to do question marks for these two for this location. Yeah, I think that's about all we could do. All right, so I'm just going to take a moment and look through my existing clues and what we've found so far with the grid and see if there's anything we're possibly missing. Okay, so I have gone through my grid, really just stared at it for a while, put in a few extra question marks, but nothing really groundbreaking there. I think we're going to have to solve the rest with our statements, so let's go ahead and take a look at those. Again, we're looking for 3 truths and 1 lie. Typically with these, the best thing to do is try to compel the first one to be a lie and then go down the list and continue that process of elimination. So let's start with this. Deacon Verdigris. Actually, let's read through them first because sometimes you'll see things that must be true, so you can kind of cross those off the list for consideration. Sir Rulian did not bring a pitchfork. We've got Sir Rulian here, and that is true. We know that Sir Rulian did not bring the pitchfork because Judge Pine did. So, okay, right off the bat, that's not our lie. So Deacon Verdigris is not our murderer today. This is also true. Uncle Midnight, Judge Pine brought a pitchfork. Okay, we're not doing great with the go down the line and make one of them a lie techniques, but the good news is we have 2 truths now, so we know that between these two, one of these must be the lie. Deacon Verdigris brought a poison candle. Oh, come on, guys. Come on. Oh, Judge Pine. Oh, Judge Pine has been like the murderer, I feel like, every Saturday. I don't want it to be true because I don't want to believe that, but okay, Judge Pine. Okay, the reason I'm laughing, other than the fact that, you know, so Judge Pine has been the murderer the last few weeks. That should not mean anything, and I keep saying in the videos, like, don't pay attention to who's the murderer last time, but the reason I know that is because we've got all 3 of these must be true based on, like, what we already know. So we know that Judge Pine is the liar with the candle is not in the old mill. So let's see what we can do with the grid. We know who it is. We need to figure out the where still. So let's go ahead and fill out what we do know. We do know it's Judge Pine with a pitchfork. We still need to figure out the where, and the why is to inherit a fortune. So let's go back to our grid and let's see if this clue will help us figure out our where. The reason I'm not spending more time on these is we've already determined these, and I don't think there's additional information to be had. So poison candle was not in the old mill is how we need to read that. So let's make that true. Poison candle, or false rather. Old mill. Okay, so it's not there, which means the poison candle was in the barracks. Yes, so this is going to give us our grid solve. Also, it tells us the location for Judge Pine, which is the meeting house. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make the accusation, but before I submit it, I'm going to continue my grid. Alright, there's our grid all filled out, ready to go. And we do have our accusation, Judge Pine, a pitchfork, the meeting house to inherit a fortune. Let's see if we were right. Alright, we were right. Thanks so much for playing along with me today. I hope this was a helpful walkthrough, and we'll see you tomorrow.